Hi there. I wanted to share this topic with you, which is dealing with loss. And the primary reason for that is I've been dealing with my own sense of loss since this past fall, when my mom decided to transition into her next chapter on her journey. And this topic is a pretty sensitive topic. And I know for myself, it has been it's been a very raw and vulnerable time for me. It's really, set aside a lot of time for reflection and understanding why we, go through the things we go through, what life is really about. I mean, these deep questions. And I've always been that kind of person anyway, but to deal with something that shakes up your world like this, or can shake up your world like this, is it's pretty intense. So I wanted to share a little bit about my journey dealing with this, and hopefully, if you're dealing with the loss of a loved one, it might help you too. When I first found out that my mom passed away, it was quite a shock on my system, actually. It wasn't something that I was prepared for. And I'm not sure if I ever could have really been prepared for it, but basically, I was living in Bali, Indonesia last year, and that's when I found out my mom had cancer. It was the third time that she had the same kind of cancer in her left breast, a lump. And I didn't know the severity of it. And so, for me, I was like, it's okay, mom. Like when we talked, it's okay. You're going to be fine. You're going to beat this just like the other two times that you beat it. And, yeah, it's always good to be that, positive cheerleader, but I didn't realize that my mom had other plans in store. And I don't think she really realized it on all levels either. But she passed away weeks after that. And for me, it was tough because she passed away the night we got back. Although I was able to I was able to hold her as she was passing away, and well, she was having a bit of a panic attack, and basically the cancer was taking her body, and I was able to be there for her, and that was really beautiful. I was able to tell her, "It's okay, mom. your angels are your angels are surrounding you, and they're helping you in whatever way that is going to be, whether you survive or you pass on." And at that moment, I didn't actually think she was going to pass on. I was like, "It's okay. She's just having a panic attack. We'll get through this." But we took her to the ER, and in the car seat, I was holding her in the back seat, and her eyes rolled back, and I kind of knew. I kind of knew she was passing on. And we got her to the ER, and they were able to revive her enough to keep her in a coma for a few days. And those 3 days were extremely long for all of us. And we thought we were going to, she had brain damage basically. The cancer was taking her body. And if we pulled the plug, then, they said that she would die right away. And it actually took days. But it gave us days to be with her and be with this fact that she was probably choosing to pass on. The beautiful part of the story was I had my spiritual teacher, Amara, tune in, and she was able to tell that my mom was basically able to what she was doing at that moment in the coma was she was sifting through all these possibilities, many, many, many possibilities that she didn't even know were possible for her. And she said that Amara said she was like a little girl in a candy shop. Like she had all these cool possibilities to choose from. But what my mom needed from me, my dad, and my sister was our okay, that we would be okay if she decided to pass on. And, I shared that with my sister, and we both had to make peace. And my dad, we shared it with him in our own way. And we all made peace with it. And we said, you get to choose, mom. It's okay. And she did. she chose to move on. And the months following, now it was last fall, it's been 6 months or so. And it's been a journey for me. At times I have this higher perspective, and I know that she's great. Like, she's so good. She's so happy. She's so free. She's in pure positive energy now, and she can manifest things like that. And the other beautiful part of it is that I've been able to tune into her myself a little, and then I have a friend who channels her and brings through messages that make complete sense. So it's not like she's making it up. I know I'm speaking with my mom, and my mom manifests things to eat in the moment. Like, it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool, actually, being on the other side from what she's showing us. But the other part of this is the real grieving process that comes with dealing with the loss of a loved one. And the way I see it is, there is this aspect of us, and we have many aspects to us as we're multidimensional beings. But really, I feel my little girl come through, and now that she's really dealing with the loss of my mom, and this aspect of me, it's really upsetting and really sad to lose my best friend, feeling like I lost my best friend, when I really know from this higher perspective that she's just transitioned and we have a new relationship that's blossoming. But dealing with these other perspectives that come through, these aspects of me, is an important part of the process. Holding space for this grieving to come through. Because if you try to jump too quickly from the shock and awe of something that you're not ready for, to, okay, it's all good, higher perspective is we're all one, unity, I'm fine. You're cutting off this important part of the process. And it's not healthy necessarily to go into the depths and stay there and wallow in sorrow. But the opposite is true too. You don't want to overstep the process of grieving, however that looks, whether it's the anger that comes forward. I mean, it's common to get angry at that person. Why did you choose to leave me? Or just total sorrow, like, my life will never be the same. And it's kind of true, but finding that perspective of, and surrendering to something that you can't control. So I, for my own journey, I've really had to let go of how I thought things were going to go, and surrender to was always, well, what my mom chose, because we all choose our exits on some level or another. And just being able to hold space for these aspects of me that really need my attention, need me to bawl my eyes out. I mean, I just bawled my eyes out this morning, listening to an Abraham Hicks talk about transitioning and the perspectives that you have available to you. And after I got done just bawling, just so sad that she's gone, from that perspective of separation, it felt like this clarity came through after that, because I gave the space, right, for the bawling, for the just total emotion, this total feeling of loss. And then all of a sudden it was just like, oh, quiet. And it was like my energy bobbed back to the surface, which is our well-being. When we really allow ourselves to come back to our well-being, which is our normal state, it was like, and it's okay. It's all okay. And she is with me, and I can tune into that at any time. It's up to me where I tune my focus. And so it's been this really beautiful process, of balancing, allowing this process to unfold, allowing all the emotions to come up, but then also, again, choosing that higher perspective, letting it come through, letting the drama, which it really felt like it for me, not in a negative sense. It's just, going through all of that emotion. And then all of a sudden it's kind of like a kid throwing a tantrum, right? It's like crying. And then at some point the kid can't keep crying. And so you just, okay, I surrender. I surrender. I feel the well being. It's here and everything's going to be okay. And when I really allow myself, I can tune into my mom and I can receive those visions. And it's just about me surrendering and being okay with it. This is the way it is. It still feels like a bit of a shock sometimes to me. I'm like, wait, are we sure? Wait, can we go back? Can you come? Can you be alive again? I've had dreams of this. Maybe she's still alive. But no, like this is what's happening. And the more I surrender to that and surrender to, um, you know, forming this new relationship with her, the more I'm able to allow her to come through and allow her to give me these signs and synchronicities. The last thing I want to share really is about this really beautiful sign that she left me. And I've had several. She's left our family with pennies and different things, inside jokes and stuff. But I went for a walk with some friends and I came back from the walk. It was in California and we were on the beach and we came back to the car and on the seat that I had been sitting in that I was going, to return to, I opened the car door and there's a beautiful big feather, just a bird's feather, just placed perfectly on the seat. And oh, I'm gonna tear up again. And it was from my mom, and I knew it was. And I just said, "Thank you, Mom. Thanks for reminding me you're still with me." And it was really touching. And I think, just the fact that I am looking out for signs and I know she's with me helps me see it more. So I really hope that this talk helped you if you have a loved one you've lost. And I hope that you can really tune into that person and let them come through. I know it's not an easy process, and it's not meant to be. It's meant to transform you and me and those of us going through it. So I really wish you all the best, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.